好啦，好歡迎咧各位同學咧嚟到咧係我哋學院咧嘅學生會選舉論壇嘅。Welcome everyone to today's election forum for the President of the Student Union。咁距離咧係選舉日咧仲有一個禮拜左右嚇，咁今日咧大家講嘅嘢咧都會影響選舉結果嘅嚇。Okay, it is only one more week before the election was conducted. So what you say today will affect the election results. 好啦，咁咧我哋先進行咧第一部分咧，就係每一位嘅候選人咧會輪流咧有最多6分鐘時間發言嘅。Let's start part 1 of the forum. Each candidate will have a maximum of 6 minutes to give a speech. Okay, we'll start with student 1. 咁先由咧係1號候選人咧係 Paula 開始嘅。You can start now.
大家下午好。首先，我好榮幸可以成為眾多嘅候選人之一。對於我而言，團隊合作係非常之重要嘅，所以參選學生會嘅會長並唔係我一個人嘅事，而係我成個團隊，甚至乎成個學校嘅事。當然啦，個人嘅能力都唔可以忽視嘅。我一直以嚟成績優秀，同同學和睦相處，合作無間。我積極參加同埋組織學校嘅活動，關心身邊事，關心社會事。學生會嘅會長係同學嘅代表，所以係理應為同學發聲，爭取佢哋應有嘅利益。近年來咧，學校存在唔少嘅問題，譬如學校嘅儲物櫃唔夠用啦，學校圖書館嘅藏書不足而且比較舊，仲有學校嘅電腦落後啦、反應慢等等嘅問題。我承諾，如果我成功當選，我一定會無所顧慮、無所畏懼、無所私心咁成為學校同同學溝通嘅橋梁，並承諾會為與學校磋商、解決問題、爭取大家嘅最大利益。給我一個支點，我可以撐起成個地球，所以我懇請大家俾一次機會我。Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you for letting me have a chance to speak here, and it's a great honor to be here and become a candidate running for president of Student Union this year. What are required to be a president of Student Union? If you ask me, I would definitely choose the word fight, F-I-G-H-T, fight. These days, there are so many problems at the school. For instance, there are not enough lockers in the campus. The speed of Wi-Fi is too slow. The books in library are not enough and too old. In this case, a president should have us fight for the thing we need. The atmosphere of a school is not harmonious enough to study or live in, since there are so many conflicts between Hong Kong students and Mainland students. So, therefore, a good president should fight for us for an harmonious environment. In some ways, the school doesn't care much about our attitude and doesn't listen to our needs seriously. For example, if I ask the school for something, it takes a long time to get feedback from them. In this case, president should fight for our rights to let us get heard. I vow to be responsible, I vow to try my best, and I vow to fight. So please vote for me and let me have a chance to fulfill my promise. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Student 1。好啦，好多謝咧1號候選人啦。咁咧而家輪到咧2號候選人發言啦。Now we'll invite Student 2 Chaz to give his speech. You can start now.
Well, good morning, principal, all the guests, teachers, and fellow students. My name is Jeff, and I'm one of the candidates who would like to run for the president of Student Union. And thanks all the English and Chinese-speaking students for coming along, because you guys are really important. I really need your support. Being a great representative of Student Union means that you need to build a bridge between schools and students. You need to help them give a voice, because you have to help them solve all the problems. Not all the problems, but you have to try your best to help them solve the problems. Alright, and you need to organize different kinds of activities, and you need to provide different kinds of welfare for them, and you need to strive for it. I don't know whether you remember me or not, and I was a little helper of Student Union last year, and I really enjoyed teamwork. And in the past, I was a helper who would try to arrange an exchange program in which we would like to have an overseas tour and students can go to different kinds of countries and have a chance to communicate with the students from other countries. I think it can help broaden the horizons and it can help expand the social network. That's a great experience that we can provide for students. Moreover, I think I'm quite experienced in these kinds of areas and specialized in different kinds of problems. And in terms of the problems, activities, facilities, and teaching resource, I think I know a lot. We have to strive all the best for students. So we need to have a communication skills, interpersonal skills, and analysis skills. Recently there have been some political issues in Hong Kong, right? We are not the secondary students, we are the students in the college. That's why we not only could we just focus on studies, we need to talk with teachers because the teachers' ideas will be really valuable and we can help students take part in our political issues, but not just stay in school all the time. And lots of students will be worried about my studies. They think it is quite hard for me to balance, to make a great balance between student union and my studies. I think it really depends on whether you have a great time management and work management, and it is just kind of the transferable skills because not only will you gain in your studies, you can only transfer in your future or in your further career. That's really great. As an English saying goes, Rome cannot be built in a day and nothing comes easy. It really depends on whether you want to do it or not. It means it depends on your attitudes. 咁有志者事竟成啦，咁其實係透過我哋努力同埋堅毅不屈嘅精神啦，咁喺我哋專注嘅項目上面係不斷努力、不斷前進。我哋係作為一個學生嘅學生會嘅領袖啊，或者學生嘅代表啦，我哋係喺我哋專注嗰個項目上面，我哋係唔應該咁容易受到外界嘅干擾啦，係唔應該去隨波逐流啦。縱使喺學生會或者喺個個人學業裏邊，好難去取得一個平衡。咁其實我哋係要注重一樣嘢就係話，我哋唔係睇呢個事件有幾難，而係我哋會唔會覺得佢太過麻煩？麻煩唔係代表你做唔到嗰樣嘢，而係代表你肯唔肯去做。咁其實我哋係透過時間同埋工作嘅分配啦。咁其實相信呢啲經驗可以喺將來咧必被受用㗎。咁其實作為一個學生會代表，作為一個學生會主席，成績活動各項事務，其實代唔代表咧？未必，因為我哋最重要咧係注重你嘅品行、你嘅品德。我承認我唔係各方面嘅全能，我唔係各方面嘅權威，我唔係喺音樂上面，我唔係喺運動上面好叻，但係我比較係注重個人嘅品德上面發展。譬如話你學功夫，你師傅會教你一樣嘢就係你要有武德。學功夫唔係話你要去打交，而係話強身健體。我唔係呢方面權威，但係我希望透過以自己為一個例子，去呼籲每一位同學去行出每一小步，去關心我哋呢個社會嘅時事。我哋並唔係再係一個中學生，我哋唔係一個社會嘅人士，我哋已經係成年人。因此過往我都好積極去參加唔同嘅義工啦，或者係部門籌款啦，去希望去關心我哋呢個社會時事。有一個英文説話非常之出名嘅，就 Where there's a will, there's a way。每一位同學都有個潛質去成為學生會嘅最佳嘅代表。相信每一位都有能力做到，會將自己嘅極限發揮到最大。因此，好希望咁多位同學可以投下我神聖嘅一票。多謝大家。
Thank you, student 2。好啦，多謝咧2號嘅候選人啊。好啦，嚟到3號候選人喎。好啦，咁就now it's time for student 3 Carol to give her speech. You can start now.
Hello everyone. First, it's my great honor to be here, and thank you for all of you to invite this election. I totally believe that all of our Canadians are very excellent person. As one of the members in our school, I want to contribute my own working, no matter for school or our school students. As the president of the student union, the most important occupation is the relationship bridge between the school and the student. Our school is like a big family. We study together, and if one of you faced with a problem, I will take my effort to help all of you together with my team. In modern society, the balanced activity is fundamental. Our school also pay attention to develop the balanced person. The responsibility of president of the student union is essential. As for me, when I was in senior 会带领我的团队竭力为大家所服务，同时非常欢迎同学们随时向我们提出宝贵的意见和建议，我们会耐心的倾听并竭力改进。例如，关于学校服务设施的改进、课外活动的组织，包括同其他院校的友好交流、来自不同地区同学的交流等等。最后，非常感谢同学老师们给予我这样的机会，能有这样子自我锻炼，并且在这样的过程中不断的改进和成长。很荣幸能成为学生会会长的候选者之一，并且感谢广大同學們的信任，並且請相信我會信守對大家的承諾，請投上你們寶貴的一票。謝謝大家。
多謝三個候選人啦。Thank you, Student 3. Now it's time for Student 4 to give her speech. 好啦，現在邀請咧4個候選人 Wincy 發言嘅，你可以開始啦。
Good afternoon. My name is everyone. My name is Wincy. I'm glad to have this opportunity to compete for president of the student union. As far as I am concerned, I think a good president of the school should have a good attitude, because I know as a good leader must have too much things to handle, and that time whatever with good attitude to human or things, it will help us to solve problem easily. 另外我认为自信也是非常重要的。现在我站在这个舞台，我相信我已经有足够的自信去胜任这个职位，因为在这之前呢是从来都不敢想象自己会有勇气去参加。另外拥有足够的幽默感和很强的组织能力，也会让我更好的去组织这个团队，去做得更好。最后，我认为我已经拥有我之前所说的一些优秀品质，我也相信自己会在担任这个职位之后尽自己最大的努力和精力。最后我希望在座的各位可以支持我，给我这个機會，謝謝大家。
Thank you。好啦，多謝晒啊！咁咧就最後咧係邀請埋咧係5號候選人咧發言㗎。Now we'll invite Student 5, Teresa, to give the speech. You can start now.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Teresa. I'm very glad to have this stage attend this forum, and thank you, school giving me a chance to join the president of the student. I am a happy person. I really want to serve as teacher and student. I think in every college should have a lessons school life, but my other friends in their college life is very boring. I don't think school life just pay attention in your homework. A good school life should have more extracurricular activity. Many people do not understand it, but I really know that. So I want to help students and give more service to them. I'm a really responsibility person. When I was secondary school, I have 3 years experience to handle the president of the school units. And I was a prefect, so I have many experience in president of the school units. And my secondary school teacher were appreciate for me and recommend I join to the top of the performance leader, and I successful have this award. In addition, I have the volunteer experience. I tell you, I have a volunteer experience. I want to tell you, I do not want to have some benefits and through the president of the school unit. I just want students have a meaningful life in their school. This is my dreams to do the president of the school unit. Also, 例如我之前都有做過關於教導小學生嘅導師啦，咁樣因為小學生佢哋會好多唔同嘅性格，同埋佢哋就會比較曳啊咁樣嘅，但係因為我接觸過佢哋，所以我會聽佢哋嘅意見啊，同埋點樣去有耐性咁樣去教導佢哋啊，所以我覺得如果我真係可以做到呢個職位嘅話，我同樣可以接受到唔同嘅意見，唔會永遠就係你哋一定要聽我講，跟住我嘅planning 去做啦，同埋I do not control everything，just must demand you all people follow for me。咁有好多朋友同埋老師都話俾我知咧，咁我就非常之outgoing 啦，咁樣咁同埋我都會有好多嘅 good idea 去 plan 去有一啲 planning 去俾同學去玩啊，同埋身邊嘅朋友話俾佢知有咩地方有好嘅嘢食啊，同埋好嘅地方去玩啦，咁樣我就覺得自己會有一個好好嘅構思啊，去俾學校嘅學生去玩嘅，咁我都會落咗好多嘅活動，例如有歌唱啦，同埋dance 啦、drama club 啦、sport club 啦，又或者係每一個節日嘅時候都會有一啲 game show 之類嘅。咁 maybe many students will ask me how you handle your homework at exam time and these positions. In my last year， 咁我就嚟到part time job 啦，同埋同一時間我都要 handle 埋我自己嘅學校入面嘅功課啦。但係我都可以有好好嘅時間去管理，去將呢兩樣嘢都嚟處理得好好。咁點解啊？因為從邊樣方面我提到咧？咁我係會交齊功課啦，同埋唔會經常缺席啦。就算有都係一兩次咁樣啦。所以我覺得就算我做咗呢個職位，同一時間我都可以去handle 我嘅功課嘅。咁樣最後如果你相信我 ，if you trust me， 我希望你可以投我一票嘅。Thank you。
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. 好啦，咁而家咧，我哋會進入咧第二部分啦。咁呢個部分係淨係會用英文進行㗎嚇。Okay, now we'll move on to part 2 of the forum, and this part will be conducted in English only. So we will have around 30 minutes for you to ask each other questions, okay? So you're free to ask anybody any question that you think will give information for the students to consider you, okay? So you can start now. You can give me a signal or you can just raise the question anytime you like.
I want to ask candidate.
Okay.
You said library books not enough and locker not enough and Wi-Fi study. What action will you do to improve it?
Okay, then thank you for the question. First of all, it's really a good question. As I mentioned, I will try my best to solve this problem. First of all, I will hear from every student in our campus and see what their attitude towards it. And second of all, I will put my information and discuss this question, these problems with the school, because I will just show their attitudes towards it and try to get feedback from them. And then, I mean, this kind of problems is just a problem of money, of course. Schools makes progress, of course. So, but this doesn't mean school don't need to take our needs seriously because we are the students starting here. So I guess I will just try to discuss this problem in school first, and then I will get their feedback from the school and just get the feedback to the students. Thank you very much.
Yes, Jeff.
Here's a question for Ms. Carol and Teresa. And I know that Carol was a captain for 3 years in the past, and Teresa has 3 years experience in the past as a student union before, right? So can you tell me how this experience led you to become the president of student union successfully?
Because why I want to be an orchestra captain, the first is about interest. When I was a child, I was playing the piano, so I really like the classical music. And then when I was in senior high school, it is a chance the school gives me, so I want to vote for this captain. So I truly appreciate to my senior high school students and teachers that gave me a chance. And throughout this experience, I know how to better communicate with their school, the teacher, and the students. You know, in the captain, you have a lot of responsibility. Of course, in their study progress, no matter the situation like the orchestra and other activities, the students always have a conflict. In this time, I will try my best to listen to their ideas and to communicate them and to talk to them. So through this kind of experience, I learned how to better communicate with the school students and the captain. Yes.
In my secondary, the three years experience of the president of the student union. When I have these positions, first I have many problems in that. For example, not enough time to have some meeting because I have other jobs. For example, the prefect and library leader. So I have not enough time to do the president, but teacher tell me you should have time management and you should relax and do not have many pressure. Then you will do it well. After my teachers give me opinion, then I try to solve my problem. And in these 3 years, I successful to less like pressures, and I have good management times and have good communication with my team members. And when I meet some problem, my team member will help you to solve. And at the last, in these 3 years, I learned more spirit of the teamwork.
Okay, can I have a question from Quincy?
Yeah, I have a question. This term we have learned too many skills about presentation, but I want to know if you really think that these skills are really important in our life.
Of course, it is really important in our life because there is a skill that I just mentioned, and which is the transferable skills. Because every day we have to communicate with each other. Every day we need to have a different kinds of presentation in our school, and of course you have to pay attention to different kinds of skills in your presentation, just like the voice, your rhythm, and the words that you choose in it. So not only could you use it in your college, and you can also gain your experience and transfer in your future. I mean, your further career in your jobs. You'll become better. But once you have the confidence in it, and next time you'll do it better and better. So, but why is it related to being the great president of student union? Because when there's a matter or when there's a great event that you want to plan for students, and you have to go on the stage and you have to speak to all the students and all the teachers. So you need to have a great presentation skills because you need to attract them. But you can't just plan this activities and done. No, you can't. But you need to make a great sounds, and you need to have a great speech to attract students to buy from you, to join your activities, to come to you, and that's great. And that's really important for you to see.
I want to ask a question for Moses.
Thank you.
Being the president of the student union, you have to lead other people, and the most important is that you should like other people to trust you and what you do.
get along with them, and I will do something to like to organize some like travel and play with them, and then they will trust me more. I think. That's all.
Perhaps Sally, you can answer that question. How can you gain the students' trust? Who wants to answer that? How can you gain the trust of students in the whole
Because it really
college?
depends on your personal skills.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only will you use it in your career, in your college life, you can also use it in your jobs. In your career in the future. Because if you have a great interpersonal skills, it means you have more friends. Not simply speaking, you have more friends, and they will provide different kinds of ways for you, and they are willing to talk with you when you have different kinds of problems or when you have different kinds of troubles getting over the problems in your future or in your studies. They are willing to help. So you need to pay attention to your attitudes. You need to be really humble. You need to be really talkative. You can't be really possible. Otherwise, no one will talk to you. Simply speaking, and that's the way we have to do it. So gradually, we will gain trust from others.
I will conduct the questionnaire research on our school about the activity. I will ask them which school clubs you want to organize, then it can let them to know I really want to help school students have meaningful school life.
So if students can see your heart in doing the job, and also you have the support of most students, then you gain the trust of the whole college. Okay?
And I think that you try to let other people to trust you. Also, the promise is very important, but the most important and useful is your action. And you just come to them, please trust me. They will not trust you in your appearance, but you must take some active actions, like to do some useful active or consult your teacher, your professor. I think he will help you.
Yeah, so your action must match what you say. Okay, Paula, a question from you. Are you going to answer that first? Okay, yeah, and then a question.
Okay. As Jeff said, Rome doesn't build in one day, so does trust. So, as far as I'm concerned, to gain trust from others, we have to start with ourselves, because we must allow different kind of voice exist, and then we have to hear from them, and then communicate with school, and then solve the problems. And by doing this for so many times, and students will understand that you are a trustful person, and they can trust you because it's really you who solve the problems, and they will just hand over the job to you, and this is the way how you gain trust from others. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and you have a question for the other candidates?
I have a question for Lindsay. As you mentioned, you have a great sense of humor. So, how does it help you to be a good president of the student union?
As before I mentioned, I think a good president should have confidence and strengthen organization and sense of humor. That's I think is very important.
But how can sense of humor help you do the job better?
Maybe someone will think that you can lead them, and they will say something, say some bad things to you, and you can just say that just you can let him to say to you, and you have to use another words and to tell them and use with a sense of humor like this.
The atmosphere will be less negative.
Yes.
Yeah, when you handle people's criticism
Yeah.
and complaint.
Yeah.
Good question and answer. Okay, good answer. Yeah. Any other questions?
Here's a great and difficult problems and question I don't
Wow.
know how to answer. That's why I let approach is honor. Okay.
Okay.
You said that you will pay attention to teamwork and you will pay attention to problem solving skills, right? So how would you deal with the problems of argument in your team, just like what we are at this moment?
Okay. Well, that's a good question, of course.
Mm.
So, I mean, I think highly of teamwork, but it doesn't mean the team doesn't need a team leader, I guess. If I am the president of a student union, and if this kind of conflicts exists in my group, in my team, I will try my best to solve this problem by hearing from them first, because everyone has their own needs and their own opinion. In a team, this is unavoidable to have some conflicts between them, because they and we won't make the same noise, because there are so many different different opinions, because everyone doesn't want the same thing.
They're individuals.
Yeah, because but as one team, we have to make team leader to make decision, not by herself, but by after hearing everything from what they say. Because if some conflicts occur, there must be a problem, and you have to find out where deep down the bottom of the problem is, and then just get deep into it and just solve it.
But how can you ensure that all the team members approve of your decision as a leader?
As I said, this won't be easy, because if you put up with something and someone just say no, that will, because no matter how great the man is, not even the President Obama or the President President Xi, because there's so many people that are against him, but it doesn't mean they can't be a good leader, because if you come from the bottom of their heart and they are willing to listen to others and the majority of people's ideas, and then just follow them, and I guess it's easier to solve this problem. But not 100% to solve this problem, because as I mentioned, different opinions is it. So,
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Your last chance to ask a question. Okay. If not, then that's the end of the examination. Okay. Thank you very much.